The News of the World scandal just grows and grows. There have been resignations from the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, Stevenson, and Yates of the Yard has also resigned. MPs have called upon David Cameron to consider his own position. Sir General Kaufman, in this video, has called on him to resign.
Took Andy Coulson into his employment after Coulson had confessed to the Culture, Media and Sport Committee that he had committed criminality, namely payment of police. Ought not the Prime Minister to be considering his position?
That's from News of the World phone hacking channel. Check it out. There is also wide speculation that Cameron had some inkling of what was going on because of the 25 meetings he had with News of the World and News Corp, that's Rupert Murdoch's organisation, in the 16 months that he's been Prime Minister. That's more than that's nearly two meetings per month. And it's, as Ken Livingstone said, it's almost like the Tory party didn't go into coalition with the Liberals, who they've almost kept like a hostage, but with the News of the World and News Corp company. Indeed, the Sun said, "We was what won it," and that's how they think of their readers, as knuckle dragging Neanderthals. But there are people out there who've also read the Sun, and I'm not a Sun reader, by the way, but I'm aware of what's going on because of the various different papers from the Financial Times, which I am a reader of, and the Times, which I am a reader of, are all linked together with Murdoch, and they basically have a conservative, extremely conservative, and anti-European slant on them. Now, which could also be said of the Daily Mail, although that's even worse. That's a Thatcherite paper, and it's not run by Murdoch. But given that there is a berserk Thatcherite press out there, is Murdoch as extreme as them? No, he's not. Is Cameron as extreme as a Thatcherite? No, he's not. He's a centralist. His policy of cutting back on everything is extreme in a market fundamentalist way, but he's not a Thatcherite. He doesn't strike me as a Thatcherite. He's taken a middle road in his own view between Europe and America, which is a more Churchillian approach to things. And should Miliband, in that respect, tactically and strategically ask for his resignation, as Sir Gerald Kaufman has? Well, it's maybe a case of better the devil you know, because there are people who are much worse than Cameron in the Conservative Party, no doubt. What we should be doing is getting an investigation going, and not perhaps the judge-led investigation that Cameron has in mind, which may take years, and is simply a way of pouring water onto the whole thing, and to keep the story out of the news, because his connection with News of the World criminality is extremely strong. He got Andy Coulson, who may have been well aware of the phone hacking, which is a criminal offence since 1998, of a Prime Minister's phone. That was Gordon Brown. You know, and the blagging of details about his bank, his medical records of his son's illness. It's extreme. But as I said, this story just grows and grows. What we must do is to have a committee that and for Labour and the Liberals, finally the Liberals to have some teeth and get into this issue. You know, they've got a Labour member of the committee said that we need a forensic approach to this, which they have been taking on, because this may have all broken in the last 2 weeks, but this has been going on for 4 years. This is a culture in the News of the World and the other Murdoch papers of a conspiratorial culture, if not an outright conspiracy, to hack people's phones, to hack the phones of terrorist victims, of murder victims, of politicians, of senior bankers. This is an intelligence-led approach to newspaper writing and newspaper editing. You know, the former editor of News of the World has been arrested. You know, it was said that a 43-year-old woman was arrested, and it turned out to be the editor of the News of the World. So the investigation is picking up pace. Well, as the song says, you know, you have to read between the lines to find out the truth. I hope you are listening, Rupert Murdoch.